Good morning. Happy Monday. I wanted to jump on today and kind of give a status update on my family, talk about the videos moving forward, and kind of just get my own self grounded. The last 2 weeks while I've been a full-time caregiver for my mom, it has been a major roller coaster, and my own home kind of got thrown into chaos, as well as, the shifting and handling things with mom. And, dad got a break and got to spend some quality time with other family. But he came home. Hi, Ruth. Good morning. Thanks for joining. He is home and settling back into the routine of caring for mom. But with a new dynamic, for 6 years, he has done it all. He has taken care of their house, the grounds outside. He has taken care of mom. He's managed their finances. He has done it all for 6 years. And I think this break really brought home that maybe he's reached the point where he can't do it all and still, be okay himself and still manage for himself. And so as a family, we've had many phone conversations because my little brother lives near Portland. He's a few minutes outside of Portland. Sorry, I'm having a problem today. Maybe I just really want my coffee. He lives a little bit outside of Portland, and my older brother lives in Renton. So I'm the only one that's here by mom and dad. Wow. I don't know why. All of a sudden I can't talk. But, I want to say something about my siblings, because as hard as it is to be here and be helping mom and dad, I think sometimes it's way harder for my brothers because they're not here. They can't, come over and help dad with a project. They can't come and sit with mom. They can't, they don't get to see her as often. So when they do see her, the changes in her are bigger and more dramatic. And I think it's much harder sometimes to be away than to be close. So, everyone is so supportive of me and reaching out and giving me love and support. But I really want to encourage you, if you know my brothers, please reach out to them. Please let them know that they're just as loved and supported. Wow. Apparently this message doesn't want to come out today. Because they need to know that too. They need to know that they're as surrounded with encouragement, because this disease, it affects the person who has it, but they reach a point where they don't remember they have it. And then the disease is about the family, the friends, the people who are around the person who has it. And you have to they're the ones that have to deal with the fallout of this disease. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but there was a point in my mom's care where I quit worrying about my mom because I knew my dad had it. I knew my dad was taking phenomenal care of her. But I started worrying about my dad because he lost weight. He started looking frailer. I started noticing some memory loss with him, some forgetfulness. And when you're a caregiver, you are under severe stress 24/7. So your body, your body goes into crisis mode when you're under that kind of severe stress. And that is when a lot of cellular damage And other things happen because your body goes into chronic inflammation. So it's really important that they have, he has support. Wow. If you just joined, since I started talking, I have had the worst coughing, which to me is like a sign that like whatever I'm trying to say is not wanting to come out, if you're into kind of energy or any of that. But I'm going to get this message out because it's important. So you might have to bear with me. Okay. No cold, by the way. All right. So talking with my dad this weekend, one of the things that he told me is that he doesn't want things. Hi, Becky. Thanks for joining. He doesn't want things taken away from him. Cleaning the house, working in the yard. Wow. This is crazy. All of those things are things that he does for stress relief. That's how he relieves his stress. So we don't want to take those things away from him, but there's a lot of people that have reached out and said, hey, I want to help. And okay, this is absolutely crazy that I can't get this message out. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to just sit here for a second. Wow. Okay. There are people who want to help, but aren't necessarily comfortable with watching mom, or, they want to be doing something, right? So, I have a list of what we consider light cleaning in their house. And I also have a list of what we consider deep cleaning. I also have a list of some projects that Dad, likes to work on or wants to work on, and that list will continue to grow. And at any point in time, if you are a doer and not necessarily someone who can sit with mom, you're welcome to reach out and be like, hey, I have a day off. I have an afternoon off. I would love to come do something for your family. I can pull out my list and tell you what we need or what's going on. And he is totally open to that. He just doesn't want it all taken away from him. The next thing is the food. That's a huge thing. So I have taken over making sure that my parents eat 3 square meals a day. And as simple as that may sound, it's really not simple. As you can see, I have my own house and my own household and all of our busy, crazy schedules. And now I have to go to my parents' house 3 times a week or day, every day of the week, to make sure that they're getting their meals. So Dad and I talked about that too. He doesn't cook. My dad is not a cook. And so the food thing stresses him out. And you're right, Becky. That he's going to take help right now is a really big step for my dad. And so I'm trying to be as supportive as possible by maintaining what he needs as well as giving them the help they need. So for the meals, he asked me yesterday. He really loves and appreciates that so many people want to help, but he's feeling very overwhelmed. And he asked me yesterday if I could coordinate all of that. So he says if people want to drop by to visit, if they just want to come and visit for an hour or a half hour or 15 minutes and have a cup of coffee, he's like, well, we're totally okay with that. They can come by the house and do that. But if you're wanting to do something in the realm of food, whether it's buy groceries, meal prep, give meals, then he's asking that you coordinate all of that through me. And more than likely, you'll bring it to my house, you'll drop it off with me, and then I will make sure that they get it part of that is because part of that, here we go again. Wow. Interesting. Part of that is because he doesn't want to be overwhelmed with people. And the other part is because he doesn't want to suddenly have a lot of food one week and no food the next week. And, he doesn't, because he doesn't cook, he's really, like people just dropping stuff off and expecting him to know what to do with it does not help. So, if you are interested in that, or anything regarding that, please just contact me and I'll put you on my list. I'll work you in. We'll talk about what can work that can be beneficial, because we really do want to support them and not overwhelm them. So, an update on my mom. Since my dad came home, my mom, I don't know, well, maybe you'll see it in the videos, but my mom's whole face has changed. She's lighter and brighter, and there's laughter in her eyes. And she is so much happier with him there. So, that's pretty amazing to see. And, wow, this is craziness. I do not have a cold, people. Just want you to know this. I have been fine all morning. This minute I sat down to do this video, all like coughing, can't talk. It's crazy. Okay. This is so funny to me. Okay. So, my mom, I want to tell you a story, 2 stories. It's the power of music. I turned on Deva Premal, which I don't know if you know who she is, but she's an artist that sings Sanskrit, Hebrew Sanskrit, to this really melodic music. And it is so peaceful. So I took her for a ride, and we pretty much went like from Ferndale to their house, but we went like past all the refineries and down along Birch Bay. And we just kind of drove. But I put this on, and within minutes of turning on the music, my mom had picked up the tune and was singing. And she obviously doesn't know Sanskrit. She doesn't know the words. So she just was singing whatever came out of her mouth. But she was totally in harmony and in tune with the music. And she sang the whole time we were driving, probably 20 minutes. And it was fascinating to me because music really does go beyond barriers. It really does transport and get past communication. And when we pulled up at the house and I turned the car off, I was going to get out of the car and she stopped me. And she very clearly said, "Sit here in peace." And so I looked at her and I said, "You just want to sit here?" And she shook her head, yes. And so we literally just sat in the silence of the car for like 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden she was ready to go. And I realized she was having meditation. It was like her worship service with God. And she just wanted that time. And it was so powerful to me. Sorry. How much music can touch the soul. You need to keep music in your life. Seriously. Because who knows what's in the future. But music has the power, even when things are, with my mom where she can't communicate, music can literally shift her and change her. And the other thing that she did, which I kind of made a joke about, but the day that I was having such a hard day. And, I was stressed out and I was emotional. And she could sense it. Like, she could sense my emotions and where I was at emotionally, which talks about the fact that we're energy and we're exchanging energy all the time. I didn't tell Mom I was frustrated. I didn't tell her I was emotional and upset. She just knew. She could feel it. And we went out to sit on their deck because it was gorgeous and sunny, and it's by the water, and I just wanted to like sit for a minute. And she reached out and grabbed my hand, and she said, "Pray," and like a question, and she grabbed my hand and she started praying for me. And it was so heartfelt and so earnest, and you could tell by her tone of voice and her closed eyes that she was so intent on praying for me. Who knew that she could do that? I thought she'd lost this ability, but Alzheimer's is a really interesting thing. They surprise you, the things that come out and the moments that happen. Sorry. So, I want to share this journey with my mom. It has highs and it has lows, and you can't ever expect, you don't know what you're going to get from minute to minute. And, my dad, after we talked about this, my dad was really excited to share this journey. He was excited to help other families and other people. And, it really scares him too, because my dad is a super private person. So if you know my dad, you'll know that he's a very private person. So for him to not only open up his home, but to open up his life to the world is a scary thing for him, and a huge growth thing for him. So I really want to ask that when I'm doing these videos with them, that you really are supportive of him, because he needs to know that it's helping people, that it's touching people's lives, that it's informing them and educating them. And we have, there are many things we'll probably talk about over the time. And for right now, I'm not sure when we're going to be doing the videos. We're going to pick a day, and it's going to be the day that we do the videos. We're still trying to figure out what that groove looks like. I'm thinking it'll probably be on Tuesdays, just because with my work schedule, Thursdays aren't necessarily a guaranteed day to have available, and Wednesdays he has company scheduled to come every Wednesday for visiting time. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear, but these videos are really important because they're not only going to educate and show you what it's like to live with Alzheimer's, but we're really hoping that they get shared and they get spread to the world, because people don't know. People don't understand Alzheimer's. They don't know how to be around someone with Alzheimer's. They don't understand what's happening with Alzheimer's. And it is an epidemic that is growing in huge proportions, and more families are going to be affected by this, and people need to know what to expect and how to survive through this process. So that's one thing. And then, a lot of people have asked how they can help me personally, help my parents. So I've been thinking about this, and, I have some fantastic friends. My God, I have some amazing friends. Thank you all. Really. Because without you, this would be way harder. But here's the thing. You know, I work from home. I run a corporate event planning firm. And it takes a lot of time and energy. Like, it's not, just because I work at home doesn't mean I'm not working. And, you know, I'm on the phone and I'm online and I'm just like, I'm working. And the one thing I noticed is that I didn't get a lot of work done when I was, you know, helping mom. And now that I'm going to be doing meals and I'm going to be over there way more, my time is really constricting. And, you know, I'm pretty self-reliant. I think I take that from my dad. And I don't really ask people for help. Actually, I think all of us kids got that from Dad. We're all pretty stubborn too, which I think we got from the Mabins, which is my mom's family. But here's the thing. If you have been paying attention to me in the last year and a half, you'll know that I have been building a health and wellness business. And not only do I totally believe in the products, but in my 6 years of studying brain health, I have come to realize that the products support a healthy brain. And if there is two passions in my life, it is these products and brain health. And so if you want to help me, the best way you can help me is help me with this business. Because this business, I can literally operate from my phone, which means I can be at my parents' house. I can be out on a walk with my mom, giving Dad time. I can, you know, be sitting with her while he runs errands. I can be running errands for them, for that matter, and still be able to do business, which is something I can't do with the event planning. And I'm not, you know, some people are going to want to be on the products, and some people just need to find out about it, you know. And if you want to know what I'm doing, message me, because I'd be happy to share a video with you. It's like a 10-minute video and it will open up your eyes, you know. And like I said, some people want to be on the products, and you know, that supports my family, which gives me time to give into my parents' family. But not even just that. You know, you can support me by sharing this information, by connecting me with people who you think it could help. So that's what I'm asking for. That's how I'm asking for you to help me personally, so that I have the time and the freedom to help my parents, because we're not done with this journey. And it's going to get harder from here, and it's going to get more intense from here. And her care is going to get harder and more difficult as we go forward. So, you know, the best thing I can have is financial freedom and time availability to be there to help care for Mom and Dad. So that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. And then, you know, I wouldn't talk about prevention if it didn't matter to me. And I know from my studying that from the age of 20, you should be practicing prevention for brain health. So I don't know what age you are, you know, and where you are in your life and what things you're doing in your life to be healthy, but I can tell you what you need to be doing to have good brain health. And I want to help you have that. I want you to have a good brain. I want you to have a brain that's going to see you through to the end of your days, and hopefully longer days than shorter days. And, you know, it matters to me. that you're healthy. It matters to me that you can have the energy to take care of the people that you love, and that you can, live a long, healthy life. So, taking these products, maybe you already take omegas. Okay, so you already take omegas. You're already spending the money on omegas. So if you're already spending the money on omegas, why can't you spend the money on omegas through me and help me at the same time? If you, it's not like I have something that you can just walk into the grocery store and pick up. NRF2 activation and NRF1 activation, you can't just go pick up at the store. And learning about it and learning what it does for your body and listening every day to the stories of how it's changing people's lives, literally, by giving their bodies the ability to heal themselves. There's not a greater gift out there. There really, truly isn't a greater gift out there. And I love that I get to share that with people. So these are the things that make up my world. And my world's changing too. Like, I'm in shift because my parents are in shift and I'm part of their care plan. So I have to find my new normal too, just like they do. And it's going to be a journey, but you're on the journey with me. And I'm really, really, really appreciative that you guys are on the journey with me. And I love every single one of you. And I just, again, thank you so, so much for all the love and support that you have poured out to me and my family, because we love you guys. We really, really do. Have a great week.